Welcome to another episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. Once again, there's a whole bunch of news articles to go through, so let's just hop right into them. In Nintendo's presentation to shareholders, he revealed an upcoming feature for the Wii U. Nintendo's console will join the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 in offering the ability to pre-purchase and pre-download titles. The first game to be included in this program will be Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Nintendo will also sell cards at retail with pre-download codes for those that prefer not to transmit their financial information. The program will expand to other Wii U titles and eventually 3DS. Nintendo says this is part of its new digital strategy. So this is Nintendo taking their pre-order and pre-download stuff a little bit further. They're going to start it with the Wii U on their, apparently, the Nintendo store on the Wii U. You can start doing your pre-orders and actually have a pre-download on there, and it is officially going to start with the Super Smash Bros. Game for the Wii U, which comes out on November 23rd. They said that eventually it'll be expanding to other Wii U titles and the 3DS. Now, this is a handy feature because Microsoft and Sony has been doing this for years. It's just that Nintendo with the Wii U is finally catching up with the other companies. Publisher 2K announced that the Evolve Alpha was delayed on PlayStation 4 because of recent problems with the recent 2.0 firmware update. In a statement issued on the game's website, 2K said, "We have some unfortunate news to share with folks planning to participate in the big alpha test on PlayStation 4. Following the recent PlayStation 4 2.0 firmware update, we are experiencing difficulties with the Evolve Big Alpha on PlayStation 4. As a result, the test on the PlayStation 4 is postponed. PlayStation 2K are working together on a resolution." The company assured that the Evolve Alpha on PC or Xbox One will continue as scheduled. Evolve is a highly anticipated shooter that pits 4 players versus 1 player as a monster. It was delayed until February 15th this past August. This is very sad and disappointing. Now, it seems like a lot of other programs are also having issues with the PlayStation 4 2.0 firmware update as well. But this is probably ticking off a lot of people who have a PlayStation 4 and wanted to give this Evolve Alpha a try. But instead of trying to really work together and get it fixed right away, they wanted to keep plugging the PC and Xbox One Alpha. See, for people who don't have an actual good PC or an Xbox One, that really pisses them off. So don't be surprised if 2K is going to lose some hype, let alone some fans and customers once Evolve comes around because they didn't have the balls to work on any of this and make it work. Sony announced that Little Big Planet 3 is totally backwards compatible, meaning that any purchased DLC for Little Big Planet and Little Big Planet 2 will sync with Little Big Planet 3 when it's released in the US on November 18th. Previously purchased level packs and costumes can be downloaded from Little Big Planet 3's in-game store for no additional cost. Every costume piece, material, object, and music track that you've collected in Little Big Planet and Little Big Planet 2 will also import to Little Big Planet 3 seamlessly. Additionally, any level you've created in previous games as level editors will be exactly how you left them when you start up Little Big Planet 3. A white PlayStation 4 bundle, which includes the game, recently popped up on Amazon's UK website with a release date of November 21st. However, Sony delayed Little Big Planet 3's release to November 26 in Europe later on, and the bundle's release hasn't been confirmed yet. So this just confirms that all the stuff that you got from Little Big Planet 1 and 2 will work with Little Big Planet 3. All the costumes, materials, objects, music tracks, and even all the levels that you created from the previous 2 Little Big Planet games will be still there when you play the Little Big Planet 3 game. Now, as far as this little white PS4 bundle. It might only be in the UK, considering how often they have exclusive stuff over there that doesn't come over here to the US, which is like frackin'. One of the more subtle updates included in PlayStation 4's Update 2.0 will benefit Steamers and their Twitch or Ustream audiences. In the past, those broadcasting multiplayer games might have seemed like they were talking to themselves while in party chat. That can now be fixed. In the broadcast settings, accessed from within the game by pressing the share button on the DualShock 4, you can enable party audio. For those interested in streaming cooperative play like Destiny Strikes and Raids, you'll now be able to share your strategizing and banter with the audience. Additionally, you can now post a message to viewers on a background color of your choosing. Simply choose that checkbox, enter the message, and choose a color. It will appear in a band at the bottom of the gameplay feed. Yeah, I've been in the minority of the people who try to stream the gameplay while using microphone and sounding like I'm talking to themselves. Well, now thanks to this little update, or one of the parts of the update, you could actually broadcast with a full party chat going on, which is a lot more handier, especially if you want to understand what they're going through while they're playing the game. Now, this is going to seem interesting when playing Destiny, but it'll probably also be curious to see how it is with the new Call of Duty game that's coming out, along with, I guess, whenever that Evolve game is finally coming out. 2K confirmed the existence of Bioshock Infinite Complete Edition when the rumors started leaking last month, but now we know when it will be available and how much it will cost. Tucked away in assorted financial reports was a November 4th release date and a $39.99 price for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Curiously, PC is not listed under platforms for the re-release of the game. 2K has yet to confirm the contents of the game, but it's a fair assumption that the package will include the game and all of its follow-up DLC. So, a while back, well, last month if you will, there was leaks and rumors about Bioshock Infinite, the Complete Edition, coming out. And 2K confirmed it. But now we apparently have the actual date being November 4th, and the price tag being about $40. But 2K has yet to confirm the actual content on the game itself, so we can all assume it will have all the DLC that came out for Bioshock Infinite. But the bad news for PC gamers is that there will not be a version coming for the PC. A trailer that leaked to the internet shows off zombies in Activision's upcoming Call of Duty game. The trailer surfaced on Reddit and has been taken down and reposted several times. The clip is quite dramatic, showing a soldier fleeing from an oncoming horde of fast-moving zombies and making an escape by helicopter, with a requesting twist at the end. The screen shown is grabbed from the clip. You can see a scene where the helicopter looks down on a stream of zombies quickly pouring over a wall, similar to scenes in the film World War Z. Whether this indicates a traditional Call of Duty Zombies mode or some unknown plot twist at the single-player campaign is unknown. Sledgehammer Games co-founder seemed to confirm that the leak was real, tweeting, "Nothing I can do about it now, but yeah, it sucks. Imagine you're playing and this comes up. You'd be psyched up, right?" Well, as this kind of shows, or I guess kind of tease, there is going to be some kind of zombie mode within Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, I know myself, while I was working, people have been asking me if there's going to be zombies in Advanced Warfare, and I know many other people who probably are working in retail as far as video games have been asked this over and over again. Is there going to be zombies in Advanced Warfare? Is it going to have it? Well, now we know. There's going to be some kind of zombie thing in it. And from numerous things that I've seen, heard, and read, it will be its own separate zombie mode. So that is something Call of Duty fans can look forward to, especially the ones that want to play these zombie modes. You've conquered the Iron Banner, mastered the Nightfall Strikes, and have swept through the Vault of Glass with your eyes closed. You're ready for Destiny's first expansion. Bungie and Activision has detailed exactly what you can expect from the Dark Below. In addition to new gear, players can boost their in-game light level from 30 to 32. You'll also get 5 more bounty slots, which should make it less painful to pursue multiple exotics at the same time. The new story missions focus on the Hive God, Crota, whose sword you can wield against its makers in one of the base game missions. You'll get your tasks from a new character at the tower, Iris. There's also a new 3-person strike called the Will of Korra, a new 6-player raid called Korra's End, and 3 new multiplayer maps. PlayStation players will get additional time-limited exclusives, at least until next fall. That comes in the form of a second strike, the Undying Mind. The Dark Below will cost you $19.99, or as part of the expansion pass with the second DLC pack for $34.99. So let me see if I get this right. The expansion boosts the in-game light level from 30 to 32. Why is it only 2 levels? Shouldn't it be to 40? I mean, that would make the most sense with the expansion. You can increase your in-game level by 10. World of Warcraft does it. And it does go into detail as far as some of the extra missions, additional bounties, which is going to be handy. You can get 5 more bounty slots, which is really handy when you're trying to, get all these bounties into one spot, especially if you want to get some collected for one planet. It's like, okay, all these bounties have to go over to the moon, and these bounties go over to Venus. Plus all the exotic bounties, too. Now, I know I kind of messed up this Crota name, so sorry if I got it wrong, but once again, PlayStation players will have some exclusive stuff still in the form of a second strike called the Undying Mind. The only problem here is that it doesn't say where these extra strikes are taking place. But of course, if you didn't get the expansion pass, you could buy the Dark Below separately for $20, or you could just get the expansion season pass. Well, not really season pass, it's just expansion pass for 2 DLC packs. As far as this week's major new releases, we have Disney Planes Fire and Rescue for the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U, Harvest Moon 3D The Lost Valley for the Nintendo 3DS, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for PC, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, along with the Day Zero Edition, Bioshock Infinite Complete Edition for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, MotoGP 14 for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Xbox 360, The Wolf Among Us for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Vita, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, Rocksmith 2014 Edition for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, The Walking Dead Season 2 on the Vita. Well, that's it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for joining me today or tonight or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. Later on, I'll have the separate clips up if you want to check those out. Down below, I'll have the link for the Facebook page if you want to check that out as well. Until next time, bye.